Hey, everybody, this is David from Crashing Wayward. Listen to the Brandi and Randy podcast. Two of my favorite people on the planet. Turn it up.
You guys absolutely rock. I have to say that
Thank
first
you.
and foremost. You are welcome. In fact, on the way here, I was blaring your music. So awesomeness. I
If I put you on
love
the
it.
spot, could you name a song? Like, what song did you enjoy?
Okay, so the one that I enjoy was Disco Kills that made me laugh.
Oh, nice.
I don't know. I love it. I love that one. Breathe is another one.
Cool.
I love that one. And Closer. All of them so far. Those are the three that I had a chance to really, really connect with, I guess. And I love all three of those. They're fantastic.
Disco Kills was the first song Pete and I ever wrote.
Really?
For this project. So, yeah.
Oh, really?
So that's cool that you like that one. That's a favorite one of mine because, like, as a guitar player, it's like one of my favorite guitar riffs. It's a cool one to play.
It is.
And it just has especially live, it just has a thing about it. And like it's kind of funny. Do you remember that old that 80s band for Skid Row?
Yeah.
So Sebastian Bach was at one of our shows, and he came up to our drummer. He's like, "What's that one song, The Kills?" He's like, "That's the one." And so Sebastian Bach gave that one a thumbs up. So that's pretty cool. My mom would be very excited about that. My mom was a big Skid Row.
Oh, that is awesome. It's Sebastian Bach approved.
Yeah.
There you go.
It doesn't get much better than that, does it?
It does not. That was my second concert my mom took me to ever. It was Guns N' Roses and Skid Row. I was like.
So your first,
I forget what it was.
Your first two concerts were Guns N' Roses and Skid Row. That's pretty awesome, actually.
Well, that was the second one. They were on tour together. My first concert was the Black Crowes.
Well, that's not too shabby either, man.
Nice.
Pretty good.
My mom had great music taste. Hopefully she passed that down to me.
There you go. Well, the way your music sounds, I think she has.
I love your mom.
Yeah.
I do too.
Your mom rocks. Love her.
Yeah.
This Guns N' Roses back in the day.
You were saying.
Oh no,
you're saying more about how much you love the band and how much you love the songs. Continue. I won't stop you.
Right. Go on. So you guys came together, in 2020? Is that right?
That's what they tell me. It's all a blur because we got together right before the pandemic happened. So it's like in that time, I swear that whole time seemed like it was much longer than it actually was. But yeah, we got together right before then. Like we played our first show, and then all of a sudden it's like, okay, see you guys later because the world was shut down. But yeah, it's crazy like how short amount of time it's been, but it feels so much longer because we wrote this whole record during that the pandemic, sending ideas back and forth, and then we're finally able to get to a studio, and we had to go one at a time to start building the songs. So it was an experience. But I think in my opinion, I think we crafted a great record that I'm really proud of. I think everybody in the band really brought it. I've never heard Stacy, the other guitar player, play the way that he does. I've never heard Sean play the way he does. And, Carl, our bass player, just kills it throughout the whole record. I mean, listen to the bass tracks on the record. They're just really cool and interesting. He's a great bass player.
He really is.
Can't live the singer out. Pete, obviously, is a great singer, and he has great lyrics. It's been really inspiring to write songs with him.
So you were talking about the bass lines, and I love bass. So I'm a person that whenever I hear a bass line, I instantly just kind of focus on that part. And I'm like, wow, my fingers would be all tangled up. Like, I can't do that. I'm trying, but I can't.
Yeah, I mean, Carl's great. He's he's a big Duff guy from Guns N' Roses. He loves Duff from Guns N' Roses, but he has a really unique sound, the way he adds distortion with it and stuff. It sounds really cool.
So you've been compared to Stone Temple Pilots, Soundgarden, Foo Fighters, and even U2. So who were your favorites? What band actually is the one that you kind of really tried to model yourself Or are you modeling yourself under nobody? Absolutely no one. It's just...
You know what? Like for me, like when personally when I write a song, like I don't think about it. Like you just kind of want to be like that antenna, and hopefully that the song starts to come through you. So you're not really like trying to emulate anybody. But I think when you combine all the five of us together, we all listen to so many different things. That's what it kind of starts to sound like. We all meet in the middle in certain bands and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think all those bands are right on, you know. And I would even add rival songs to that, you know, like some Zeppelin stuff, because this guy used a lot of weird tunings on the record, kind of like Jimmy Page does.
I picked up on that.
You know, but you too is a big, like, I know they got a lot of flack there for a few years, but I mean, they have some great songs and they're still playing stadiums. So if we could do what U2 has done, I'd be very happy with that.
So how long have you been playing? Is this something that you started when you were a child?
Yeah, I think I started playing, like, my mom got me my first guitar when I was like 6. She made me take piano lessons beforehand, and I hated it because I just wanted to play guitar. So I begrudgingly was playing piano, and she finally stopped making me do that and got me a guitar. And then I just started writing songs. Like, I didn't know what I was doing. I learned how to do I taught myself how to play, so I figured out a couple chords and kind of just went from there. But yeah, I've been playing since I was a little kid. So
that is awesome, absolutely awesome. So when one thing that we need to mention, you know, Randy, I don't even think we said who we were talking to. We're just blah 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 blah.
Would you like me to say? You want me to? I'll do it. David Harris from Crashing Wayward. We're talking. David, you're an Ohio boy, aren't you?
Yep. Ohio. I'm Columbus, Ohio, actually.
Oh,
so I'm not too far away from you guys. It's down the road.
Yeah, not far.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Ohio's a great town, or a town, I should say. State, not it's a town. But yeah, I bring some of that Midwestern charm over to Las Vegas.
Nice. Thanks for taking.
I keep them grounded. You know, you got the LA guys and some Las Vegas guys. You know, I keep those guys grounded.
You keep it real.
Exactly. Yeah.
So when it comes to your label, you have a very cool label. You're on a very cool label by a very awesome rock star.
Yeah, Mr. Ron Keel. I always refer to him as Mr. Chithery. What's funny about this?
What's that?
The first show I ever played my first band I was ever in. We got our first show. We pleaded with these people to, hey, I think I was in junior high at the time. I was the youngest guy in the band. Everybody else was I think seniors in high school. The first show we ever played was opening up for the Ron Keel band, and I think Marshall Tucker band, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Yeah, but Ron was not the nicest to me. We sucked. But it's just kind of funny, like, oh, now we're on a label with Ron. It's a weird how the world works,
That is really weird. So Ron says, you suck, and then years later...
I don't think you didn't say we suck. I think he was like, what are these kids doing on the stage? They're not very good. I think that's kind of the attitude, the vibe I got. But Ron's a super cool guy, and he's taught us a lot, and we all feel very fortunate and lucky that we get to hang with that guy and hear stories about the heyday. And he really believes in the band, and we're thankful for that. And it's really cool that we have somebody like that in our corner who believes in the music so much.
He really does. He has nothing but good to say about you.
Well, thank God, because if he didn't say the same thing he said about that high school band.
Well, we won't ask him about that high school band.
Yeah, no, he probably doesn't remember. It's probably a blink in his eye. But I told him that story one time. He was looking like, huh? Yeah.
I love it. So you guys, Crashing Wayward, any tour lined up?
We are working on something for the fall, for some shows in the fall, and then also we're working on something. Hopefully it'll take us overseas in the new year. So fingers crossed. We're working on a little EP that we're going to be putting out soon for our next single, which is called Stranger Days. I worked up an acoustic version of Stranger Days as well on the piano, and we put some strings on it. It's going to be really cool, and we're going to throw a cover on there and then it'll be accompanied with a video for Stranger Days that we're shooting very soon.
Fantastic. Your new album, it's called Listen.
Yes.
And when did
You're
that?
Correct.
I just froze for a second because I'm like, yeah, it's the blonde thing. Yeah.
Hey, I'm right there with you.
So when did the album Listen come out?
I believe it came out like, I want to say 4 weeks now. It's been out. It hasn't been out very long. It just dropped. I'm really proud of this record. We actually got our first review in Classic Rock magazine, which is a big European magazine. Which my mom used to get all the time because she was English, so I kind of would read that. So for me, it's super exciting. But they gave us a great review, and that's pretty awesome. I'm glad they liked the record. But yeah, it just came out. It has 11 of your new favorite songs. We got everything from the rock songs to the ballads, and lyrically, they're very relatable, and they tell us, a lot of personal stories that I think people are gonna just really eat up and dig. And not to mention the guitar playing is great. Great guitar playing. me and Stacy, you brought it. So if you're a fan of the guitar, this record's for you as well.
It really is. The guitars are just spot on. Like, you can't.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You're driving in your car and you're like, got to crank that up. Does it go any higher? I can't take this. I have to have more. I don't even want to park my car and get out and go to work because I'm listening to Crashing Wayward.
There you go. Yeah, we want to make people do air guitar again. I think the air guitar has gone down a little bit. We want to bring it back.
I like that idea. It was fun.
Yeah, thanks.
You're welcome.
But, no, but yeah, we're really proud of this record. I can't wait to get more people's ears on it, and I really appreciate people like you taking the time and talking to me and helping promote this record that we labored over. So it's really cool that it's out there now.
It is absolutely our pleasure, huh, Randy?
Yes, and when it comes to songwriting, you guys write together, you guys write individually. How's that work?
We do a little bit of everything. It usually starts with one guy. I mean, we're really a guitar band, so it usually starts with the music, whether for myself, I might develop a riff and kind of put some pieces together, and I'll bounce it back to Pete, and he'll hit me his ideas, and I'll say, hey, maybe try this, and we'll kind of go back and forth on it. And then we'll get together in a room and start hashing everything out. But it changes. Everybody does it differently, and everybody's just really open to ideas. It's like if somebody doesn't like something, nobody takes it personal. It's about making the idea the best it can be. And Pete is really passionate about his lyrics, and he's always rewriting. I believe he rewrote Velvet's Drum three times, I think.
Oh, wow.
Before he finally got something that he was like. And that song actually started out totally different. Mm-hmm. That was just Stacy brought that idea in, and they had something it was very Stone Temple Pilots. You remember that song Creep by Stone Temple Pilots? Mm-hmm. It was very that song. And I started messing with it, and it kind of went another direction, which everybody was like, this is interesting. And then we kind of developed that, and Stacy kind of rewrote his idea to go off what I was doing. And then Pete, like I said, went back and started reworking lyrics. And that's it. We're proud of that one too. It's a great song to end the record on, and it's really cool to play live. It's really interesting if you really listen to it, with what's going on in the stereo spectrum of it. Our producer, Mike, did a great job on it.
Does that happen quite a bit where you write a song and by the time it's on the new album, it's completely different than the way you wrote it?
That does happen a lot. I mean, it kind of depends. You just kind of following the muse. It's you just don't want to get in its way, because when you start to overthink something, then it's not going to be any good. You just have to let it out. I said, it sounds weird or cheesy, but you're just the antenna for the idea. Your job is just to get out of the way and let it go through you. And it's going to come out how it's going to come out, and then you start to develop it. And we rewrote a few of these songs in this record a couple times, and even Stranger Days had a different beginning and a verse, and then I kind of went in and changed that and worked off Stacy's idea, and that song became a song we're really proud of. So that's a song actually Ron really loved. That got him into the band at first.
So when it comes to lyrical topics, what is it that you cover? What is it in your music that you really get out? Is it a feeling? Is it something mental pain? What exactly, when we listen to your songs, what's the feeling that we're going to get?
I think our songs deal with the human condition. Whether it's a breakup, whether it's somebody passing away, just the feelings that people get, whether it's love. Closer, that song is about a relationship that's it didn't go well, but you keep trying and you just want that person closer to you. I hope I'm not screwing that up. That's what I get from that song. I didn't write the lyrics to that song, but that's what I get from that song lyrically. But the lyrics are all about the human condition. That's, I think, the easiest way to say it. Just the feeling that everybody feels. whatever they're going through, whether it's love, pain, life. Pete writes lyrics totally different than me. Like I write more conversational. He writes more like very colorful lyrics. Use like metaphors and stuff. So it's kind of like, it's interesting. It's not maybe that interesting, but it's really exciting to see what Pete's going to do over something I bring in, because it's usually the total opposite of what I would think to do. It's fun to write with him and see how he interprets what he's going through and puts it onto a song. We have a song on the record called Tilly, which has to do with like Stacy had a friend whose daughter committed suicide, and that's a tribute to her. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's just kind of like the record's about life,
So when it comes to the songs that are on your album, listen, David, what is one of the songs that may be your favorite?
Ooh, that changes a lot because there's different things. I mean, right now, one of my favorite songs to play live is Death on Holiday, because it's just a rocker, and it's cool riff. It combines a lot of bands, styles that we like into one song. And there's just so much power in live, it just kills. So I'm going to say Death on Holiday. And, it's a short song, too, so you can push replay. It's like 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I can listen to that one again and still have time to go get coffee. So.
I love it. So when it comes to live shows, David, do you have anything that's happened in a live show that's been really memorable for you? Any gigs that are really memorable?
Well, yeah, there's a lot, actually, but Pete might be embarrassed. I don't know if I should tell this story, but I'm going to. So, Pete, if you're listening, turn it down. Do not listen for the next couple minutes. So we were flying to Nashville. We played a show. We shot the video for Closer, and we had to fly to Nashville the next day, like at 2 a.m. And we had I think we stopped in like Texas for a layover, and then we had to play that night in Nashville. So we're playing our show. Pete's on the microphone. He's looking cool up there, as he does. And he says, "Thank you, Dallas." He did the typical, you said the wrong city. Which,
classic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, that's a little embarrassing, but you know what? I love stuff like that because it's real. Mm-hmm. And,
yes.
It's something we can joke about still. And, I've fallen over on stage multiple times. So, there's always a little something. But, what makes shows... Mm-hmm. Those are the things that, to me, make the show. And that and the crowd. I love to watch the crowd and see how they react to the song, whether they're singing, whether they're staying there just looking at us with their arms folded, so we have to win that guy over. It's really fun. Like, I just love playing live, and there's those moments that are just, those little moments make it, because, again, it's just those real moments, it's because you can be rehearsed as much as you want, and there's always going to be something that's going to go wrong, or something that will happen that's going to knock you, it's going to rattle the cages, if you will. But that's what playing live is about, because we're completely live. We don't use any tracks. When you see this band, that's how we sound how we sound.
See, I would rather,
for better or worse.
I love that, because I would rather hear you guys make a mistake than hear the back and hear the tracks. Because I think I don't want to hear the album when I'm out there. I want to hear you guys live.
Yeah, you already heard the album in your car.
Sure.
It's time to hear something a little different. Yeah, and plus, what? Those old, you go on YouTube and hear all those old recordings. Mm-hmm. Like you listen to old Aerosmith stuff that was still live, and some of those are great, and some of them are not. And that was the beauty about playing live. It's like it's about that moment that the audience and the band are sharing. If we're not a pop act. We're not going to go up there and lip sync and fake it.
Right.
You do our dance moves or whatever they do. But it's 100% real. And also, Eddie Trunk, I think, would kill us if we didn't.
I know. Yes, he would.
We were lip syncing.
Yeah, he's very much against the tracks and live. He wants to hear the bands.
Yeah, and Eddie's a good guy, and a great friend. He's been to a bunch of shows and been very supportive of the band. So we're very thankful for that.
Very cool. Yeah. So. Are you guys playing anywhere live in the near future? Are you guys, any one-offs or anything?
We're gonna, like I said, we have some stuff working for the fall. I have to go to Europe for a couple of weeks at the end of August, so I'll be back September. So I think at the end of September we're gonna do a little short run of shows. Hopefully that doesn't change by the time this podcast comes out. Hopefully,
sure.
But that's the idea. But right now it's to get the video done for Stranger Days and finish up the acoustic version and get our little EP getting ready to release. That's going to center around the Stranger Days concept.
Are you a fan of doing videos? Do you like doing them, or?
I do. They're a little boring, but because you're doing the same thing, but they're exhausting at the same time because you're performing harder than you perform live, and you're doing it over and over and over again. So at the end of the day, you're like, come on, I think you're ready for a pizza. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat a lot of carbs, but every video after the end of the day, I'm like, I'm getting pizza. And then we've shot the last few in Vegas, and there's a great pizza place that I always go to afterwards. It's so good. Sorry. Anyway,
That's
but yeah, I like shooting videos. I have a good time doing it. And also we have a huge hand in our videos, so it's another outlet for how we have ourselves, you know, in the band. You know, have people if they see it, like Disco Kills, that was Pete's concept with that video.
Okay.
So it's like you get another like look into what the creative aspect of what the band does. You know, it's not just music; it's the visual part of it. You know, it's like we take a lot of time with how we do things.
When it comes to the video for Closer, the video shoot, you had a director on that, a great director, Mason Wright. What was it like working with him?
This is our I think it's my 4th video with Mason, maybe 5. So we kind of know how Mason's great. I love Mason. He definitely has he has a thing that he does, and he does it well. You know, he loves lights and the way the colors look on this, you know, the camera. And he has a lot of energy, and he gets right in there with you with the camera, and he's moving around and rocking out with you. So it's interesting to see him doing that as you're performing, because it just makes you want to give him the best, because he's going to capture it.
When it comes to the video for the song Breathe, the concrete floors were sprayed down with water. What happened with that? Do you have any mishaps there?
Well, that was actually for Closer as well. We did that on the water, on the floor. Pete and I had these shoes on. We both almost fell multiple times because we're both we move around a lot. You know, I try to be like Angus Young when you see me live. I'm always somewhere. So that's kind of how I am. And so I have these shoes on, which I don't normally wear shoes when I perform. So I kept slipping and sliding. I think I fell once. Pete almost fell once. So it was interesting to have to rock out on wet floors.
You definitely had to find your power stance, didn't you?
Oh yeah. I think I fell almost on our drummer. Nice. Actually.
Well, some of the band members had rubber-soled shoes on. Am I right there, or are you the only one that was barefoot?
No, well, usually I'm barefoot, but you know they made me wear shoes for that video, to make it look a little cooler. Nobody wants to see my bare feet. Well, maybe they do. I don't know. But yeah, I just fell. Carl, I think he had normal shoes on. I think Stacy did too. So, and Sean was lucky because he's just sitting there playing drums. So you didn't have to worry about it.
You didn't have to worry about sliding everywhere, huh?
Exactly.
Well, when
he had to worry about whipping his mane.
There you go. When it comes to you as a person and not a rock star, when you're just chilling, doing whatever, what kind of interests do you have? What kind of hobbies?
You know what? I'm really boring. I feel like I work out a lot. I write songs, and I like to watch movies. And I I love cookies.
Me too.
I love sweets.
Nom.
Have you ever had crumble? Have you had crumble cookies?
Yes, I have.
Yes.
How good are those? Those are the worst thing ever, by the way. Not because they taste bad, but because there's new cookies every single week.
Right. There is, yeah.
So you're like, okay, well, I'm on a diet. It's Monday. I call it Cookie Monday. So I'm like, oh, it's Monday. Crap. What are the cookies today? It's Sunday at night at 8 o'clock is when they announce the new cookies. This is how much I get the cookies. I know when they're going to announce the cookies. So I go to the Instagram. I'm like, it's 8 o'clock. Let's see what it is. I check the lineup out. I'm like, do I need to get all 4 this week, or can I get none? Sometimes there's 5 cookies. I mean, what the hell? They're just trying to screw with my diet.
It's nice to be a fellow cookie monster.
Oh. Sweets, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the word. I love them. I try not to eat them because if I eat too much, you'll see me behind by a dumpster somewhere, just strung out with wrappers around me or something because I just had a sugar coma.
Strung out on sugar, huh?
Yeah. I'm not a big drinker. I've never done drugs, but you know what? I do love me some sugar.
There you go. I know. I'm right there with you, man.
Well, hopefully we can meet you guys. We'll bring you guys some crumble cookies sometime. Hopefully we're up in that area.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome, man. Yeah, I love crumble cookies.
Absolutely.
Columbus has them, by the way.
Oh yeah, I know. When I'm there, I'm always like, trust me, I know.
I was going to ask you, do you ever get back to Columbus at all?
Oh yeah, I'm there all the time. I'm there, probably like once a week. I fly back a lot, depending on what I have to do. I know the cookie situation. I know the locations. There's one 10 minutes from my place in Columbus. In Vegas, there's one 15 minutes from my place. I got it down.
Right down to the time.
Got it timed out, yeah.
Somehow the podcast went from music to cookies, and I'm okay with, Ron Keel's listening. It's like, get back to the record. Get back to the record. Stop talking about cookies. Sell the record.
So when it comes to finding anything out about the band Crashing Wayward, David, do you have a Facebook? Do you have social media? Do you have a website?
We have it all. You can check us out at Crashing Wayward on Instagram, Crashing Wayward at TikTok, crashingwayward.com. So just you go and go to the website and check out, for dates and music and links and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, we're everywhere. Pete's in charge of that, and I know so every time you see something cool posted, he's the guy doing it, and make sure we respond to everybody.
Nice.
And it's we have all it's a weird world nowadays that you have to do all that stuff. Sometimes you don't want to do it because you just want to listen to you want to write a song, but yet you have to make sure you're videotaping you writing a song or taking pictures or whatever, and you got to make sure you post all that stuff because people love to watch it. I do too, though. I follow I check out my Lenny Kravitz or my Rolling Stones and Black Crowes and Aerosmith stuff and all the time, so I get it. But, as you just want to work on music sometimes and not have to worry about that aspect of it. But it's such an important thing today.
It is absolutely necessary, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
I talk to people about this all the time. Like, we were talking about some bands from the 70s, like David Bowie and stuff like that. All these bands had that mystique to them,
Yes.
which made them really cool, when you read back or watch those documentaries about them. And nowadays that mystique is gone. Everybody wants to know everything about everybody. It's weird.
Growing up, you had that. You didn't really, we had MTV and stuff like that, but you didn't have all and magazines and stuff. But you didn't have a social media. You had that mystery behind your favorite artist or what they do. You always had that mystery.
Yeah, which probably made you want to find out more about them.
Oh yeah, every time.
I wish that was still in music because, there was just something really cool about it. Like that. Again, I'm a big Led Zeppelin guy, and there's only so much information about that band. Even Guns N' Roses, there's only so much stuff you can find about those guys because they're very they keep it locked down. You're like, what? Come on! But that makes you want to know more instead of people who just give it away. But that's just a personal thing. But our social medias are great. You should check them out.
David,
Ron again's mad at me. He's like, don't say that. Get on topic.
Yeah, he is a metal cowboy. When the metal cowboy tells you to do something, you do it.
That's right.
That's right. That's so funny.
Well, I know.
Ron.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just say I have heard your music on Ron's radio station too. If anybody hasn't listened to the station, it's fantastic. I just lost my mic. There we go.
Yeah, don't move it.
There you
go.
Yeah, but Ron's radio station, his online radio station, is great, and I've heard your music many times on there.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, Ron's a cool guy, man. He's a trip. I'm thankful for him for everything he's done for the band, and I probably don't tell him enough. So, Ron, if you're listening, thank you. But he's a good guy. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. To have a guy like that in our corner who believes in the band as much as we believe in the band, we're very fortunate. And hopefully we can do some shows with him again because we played Keel Fest, and I got to see Keel. I've never seen Keel before.
Really?
Or any of his other projects. So it was interesting to see the history of all that up there.
He puts on a wonderful show.
He's a good guy. He's a good live performer. It was just cool. We're a totally different style of music, but it was fun to watch the progression of stuff with Steeler. Hopefully I'm saying that right. The band that you started with, and then the Keel. He had a mini reunion with the guys from Keel. Then the Ron Keel band and then him doing. I think he did some country stuff too. I could be wrong. It was a fun show. It was neat to watch him just have to carry all that all night because it was a long set for him. I'm sure just doing all that stuff, and he killed it.
I think he kills it every time.
Yeah, he's a professional.
He really is. So you have somebody absolutely phenomenal in your court. So it doesn't get much better than that. You have somebody really great out there supporting you.
Yeah, we're lucky guys, and we don't take it for granted at all. Anybody that likes the band and comes to a show, like, we're so thankful for them just taking the time, even to listen to it. Like you two, I'm so thankful just to be able to talk to you, and we really appreciate it. The whole band is, we're very lucky guys, and we just know it, and so there you go. I'm gonna shut up now.
So, is there anything else that you want to add? Anything else that you want to get out there about Crashing Wayward?
Just please check out our new record. Listen, you can buy a CD from our website. Go to crashingwayward.com. It's available wherever you stream music. So please stream it all the time so we can get our portions of a cent. Mm-hmm. That'd be great. We really hope you like the record, and I can't wait to release our next EP. Like I said, we're doing it's for Stranger Days is our next single, and we're doing it's a beautiful piano piece of the arrangement of the song. So I get to play piano on it, so that's fun for me. And I arranged the strings on it, so I'm really excited for people to hear that. And Pete kills it.
I can't wait to hear that.
Take. Yeah, it's beautiful. Honestly, it's a beautiful piece. Like the piano, and there's like some backwards piano stuff on it, so it's kind of David Bowie-ish. Am I saying that right? David Bowie-ish.
I love David Bowie.
It's cool. Oh, me too. Like maybe Labyrinth. My mom showed me that as a kid.
Yeah.
So I've been a fan of David Bowie ever since, and then I discovered the David Bowie catalog. So I have David Bowie tattooed on my wrist.
Nice.
From the Ziggy Stardust record.
Sure.
So every time I play guitar, I look down and little David Bowie there guided me, making sure I make right decisions, play the right notes.
I have a puppy named Ziggy.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah.
Ziggy's on my arm.
Right. See, exactly. See, when he was being born, I was actually watching a David Bowie. I was watching a concert that was filmed a long time ago, of course, but it was a David Bowie concert, and I had that just blaring while the dog's trying to, have her puppies. But the very first one that was born, it instantly the name that came to me was, "Your name is Ziggy Stardust."
That's awesome. Well, hopefully we'll get to meet Ziggy when we're up there and bringing you guys cookies.
Yeah.
So that would be cool too.
Sounds like a plan.
Like dogs, I guess like animals are also like what I love too. Like you talk about music, like animals, love them. Dogs, cats. Pete has a dog and a couple cats, and every time I come over to his house, the one dog just loves me, so it's always like hanging out with me. He sent me a picture the other day of the dog, Delilah, and he's like, "Delilah misses you."
Aww.
Well, you're talking to the right people because we're both animal lovers too. So yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm glad I was able to do this interview with you guys.
Yeah.
We are glad that you were able to as well. So check it out, the new album. Listen, you can actually get on crashingwayward.com and you can purchase that or pre-order it, whichever you would like to do.
David, that's an awesome album. I'm so happy for you guys. It's great. I can't wait for everybody to hear it.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate you saying that. Yeah, it's out now, so please, like I said, stream it. And I really appreciate you guys taking the time to talk to me.